We're having cocktails. This is cocktails.
This is the cocktail hour with Ariah Lynn.
We only have a
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Ariah Lynn.
And those in between.
Ariah Lynn. We said this yesterday, and I just want to make sure that it's okay. Because this is what I said. I said, because we're doing it, if we're going to cut to. I said, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between. And little Miss Trey comes behind the curtain. She's like, those from in between? What's the fuck that mean?
I did not say that.
It was in that way. Like,
No, it wasn't. It was like, I don't know if that's how like non-binary people refer to themselves.
Producers, roll the credit. Roll what he had said.
Roll the tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, all those in between, Ryan Jones.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know about in between. Is that how they identify?
People do say that.
Yes.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Like in this context, they'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between.
Okay. As long as you know. Sorry, girl. I was just checking. You got it.
What's the curtain? What's like being behind the curtain?
Kind of like being in the closet.
But is that okay? That's okay, right? Because I feel like I've heard other hosts say it.
I think that's like a really good respectful way to put it, because if you're saying ladies and gentlemen and in between, that's still giving a great, like, respectable way of saying
Everybody
not
else.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
saying like
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen and anybody that's in between, because now that, like what we talked about earlier with labels,
Yeah.
you don't want to offend
Right.
Right.
the community, and
No.
we know the community.
And there
I was
are
looking
people
out for
ready
you,
to go
baby
for
girl.
you.
And I was looking out for us by asking again.
Right.
I was looking out by asking again. Yes. Because I know
Yes.
I show up to work.
If somebody take that offensive, that means they need to go personally work on themselves, because, like you said, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody in between is being respectful of. I can't
And it's
say all of it, because
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
label thing.
We're trying.
We're trying. We're
Yes.
making effort because not everybody
and they need to
identifies
be
with that.
patient.
Be patient with us. Okay, I just found that I was gay a day ago.
And if anybody got a problem with it, y'all can call me, because
I'm a
we're part of the
baby.
community. Stop making all these new labels.
I'm a baby gay. I'm just kidding.
I think we all have friends, close friends, Judy's, sisters, whatever.
Acquaintances.
Yeah, but
How do you know?
what do you think is the difference? Yeah, how do you know when someone's family?
How did you adopt her? Him.
Oh my
You
god!
ain't had no choice.
Okay, see, now you really made it make sense. So, I'm a very energy person. I'm a Pisces.
Same.
So we feed off of energy, and I don't use that word friend lightly.
Oh yeah, me either.
But I can tell if I'm in a safe haven. This is what I call ballroom. I'm hoping it gets back to that where people that are new to ballroom
Safe haven.
are like a safe haven,
Yeah.
away
Or-
from like your family or negativity, anything like that. But when I first met Trey, his energy is what made me say that's my son.
Yeah.
So technically, him and only Shay is the only people I call my sons, and Marciano,
Okay.
because I didn't want no more
Yeah.
kids.
But- and-
all my kids are in Florida, so they're my first two sons.
Okay.
And then I have my other boys, but it's more of that energy. Like, you just naturally feel it. And it was just, I see his worth ethic.
Yeah.
I see the way he treats me as a woman, a trans woman.
Yeah.
He respects me of my culture. I've never seen him look at me like a trans woman. He just like, oh, that's my mom, or that's a female.
Yes.
So is my other son, Jay. So
Yeah.
it's like the way they feed off to me is high feedback. So that's not a friend. A friend is somebody that you just, Kiki, you may lose a relationship with. When I say, no, that's my family, I'm going to always be here through the good, the bad.
Yeah.
We can argue, we can fight, we can laugh together, but that does not mean I'm going to lose love for you.
Yeah.
So that's what ballroom really came from, is because even in ballroom, back in the old days, yes, you were being criticized. I always tell them, that judge panel does not judge your life. They may judge
Yeah.
that category for
They're judging the
tonight,
category.
but you gotta.
Yeah,
still
they don't.
be-
They're not defining you. You
Yeah, they're not
define
defining
you.
you.
Yeah.
And that's why they take anything I say to him and they apply it. I've
Right.
seen him from the moment I first met him elevate.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid to take that criticism
Yeah.
or that critique or hearing what I have to say and applying it.
Yeah.
But on the outside, when he came to me for his hair, he wasn't afraid to come to me. He trusted in me. So that's another thing.
And
That's
now look-
love. That's familyhood, like, and trusting in me, knowing that I'm gonna do something for you, and
I have a
that's
question.
my baby.
I have a question. Like, before we started recording, we were briefly going over how not everybody's always for like, let me help you get ahead, even if I'm not gonna get ahead because I'm helping you.
Absolutely.
What would you say? What's one thing that in the trans community people could just do for each other? You already do a lot. You are an advocate. You have kids. You have people you take care of. But like, if you was like pass on a little note to everybody else that's coming in the community, like, what's something that can bring you together?
Don't forget where you came from. Do not forget where you came from, because everybody trans is different. But let's not forget where you came from, because how we got here came from somebody else that was before you. So don't forget where you came from. It'll make it so much easier for us to come together to support each other than when we get on a platform and act like you forgot where you came from.
Yeah.
I hate that when I see
And
that in that community.
there's a particular person that, Miss Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh.
I remember watching the big interview that she did when she was coming out, and the emotions that she talked about from wanting to transition for a very long time and all these things. I'm like, that motion, that mental capacity, that space, that hiding, that denial, that being afraid, that is so much to forget about and to put aside and be
I'm
like,
so sorry to cut you off, but their whole storyline with that family is a storyline. I don't think none of it is true. So
yeah,
I'm definitely not going to allow her to be compared to me or any of my sisters or
Okay.
brothers of the trans community.
absolutely.
I feel like that was just publicity. And if that's what you chose
Yeah.
to do with yourself, that's you, but you are not a part of this community. And I don't care what nobody says.
Speak your truth. And that's it.
This is why a lot of trans women now today, and even some trans men will speak up on this, and I hope they be honest about it, even in your comments. I don't like when people think that cross-dressers are out here calling themselves trans women. It's not just like a physical thing. It's a mental thing. Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me, oh, today I want to be a woman, and then tomorrow I want to be a nigga the whole, excuse my French, a man for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
That's a cross-dresser. That's not a trans woman.
Yeah, we're not
Trans
talking about
women
them. We're talking
wake up as
specifically
how we see ourselves and go back to sleep and wake up the next day the same way. It's not just, oh, let me put on lingerie or a wig and lipstick.
Let me go out on a Friday night.
Yeah. On a Friday night, and then take off my wig, and now I'm back to this person. I'm not gonna say no name because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm calling out names. But you know what I mean? Like, this is something that you internally, extensively want to be. Yeah. This is not.
And you're going to go through the length to get them.
Yes, I'm not trying to offend nobody. It's just I'm very honest about it, because you have to have the knowledge for this.
Yeah.
It's
and thank you for
sacrifice.
That. Yeah. It is very much a sacrifice. You put yourself in danger, in harm's way. Yeah.
I kind of want to go back to don't forget where you came from. I just wonder what you really mean by that and what you think it's about. Because when you said that, I thought of, maybe I've heard before how with trans women specifically, sometimes it can feel competitive about like me being further along in my transition, or I'm more of a woman than you in my face and my body, like things like that.
When you really think about it, when we go back, let's say 4-5 years, we have lost a lot of trans women in this community because they don't want to be honest about who they used to be or what's between their legs. So now they out here messing with thugs or DL dudes, and then they get in a bedroom with them, and then they get killed. So I'm like,
which is
just
undeserved.
Be honest. Just be honest of who you are. It's okay to say I'm trans. If a guy say, "Oh, I'm not with that gay shit," okay, well then go about your business.
Yeah, don't hit me up no more.
That's not for you, sis. Like, don't even set yourself up to be somebody's convenience. Cause all he want is just a fuck. He just wants some ass. So when I say don't forget where you came from, it's like remember that person that made you strong. So I know that person in the back of my head that made me strong because that was the person I was before I became Ariah. So I'm always very analytical and tactical about like if somebody say like, "Oh, I'm not into trans," but then the next minute they like, "But I may give you a chance." No, you don't gotta give me a chance.
No, only a chance.
I don't need that chance.
I didn't
I'm
ask for
good.
that.
I didn't
don't need
ask
a
for that.
chance. I'm fine.
You wrote me. You found me beautiful. You thought I was gorgeous. Like,
Right. Like I'm
okay.
I gave you a chance and you blew it.
I'm giving you a chance, actually.
right, I'm giving you a chance. But like you said, and it's so sad because even in the trans community, they make it like a competition. This is where it goes back to ballroom. That's why I teach y'all, like, don't let nobody tell you who you are or to judge you for your realness or anything, because who are you to tell me that I'm not passable, that I can't walk down the street? Baby, I can walk down the street right now, and I promise you, mad niggas gonna be like, yo, who the fuck is that? Like, damn,
Look,
where she came from?
We went to the little Chinese spot around the corner. It was all eyes on Ariah, bitch.
All eyes on me.
Motherfuckers can't get. It was just like,
All in that back. That's you know, but that's the
But
truth.
you have to have that confidence in
Yes.
yourself. You have to
Live your
exude
truth.
it.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta let it pour out because nobody's gonna bother you when they feel that energy coming off
Right.
of you. Like,
Yeah, it's all about the authenticity through and through, no matter what. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I will say this also. When I first became HIV positive, I was so all over the place. The best advice about not being defined by a disease and to live my truth, the best advice and the best like guide arms I had to look at was trans women. And Daisy Lopez, I'm gonna speak her name, and my friend Karen Josephine. I'm not gonna mess it up. I just remember I didn't remember Karen's last name. In Connecticut, they were some of the best people I could ever meet because to be authentic yourself and to also know that, okay, no one's going to take this moment and make it like a negative moment. I can't change this. This is who I am. But like, I looked at that and I was like, wow, nobody else in the gay community, no one was going to like give me this. No one's going to like honor me and like give me and teach me and like help me out. And those words that I spoke with these women, like, it was a few different conversations, but just the sheer authenticity of them changed my life in the course of it. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I'm trying to let other people define me or who I am over this dumb shit.
You
and
have to.
And it also changed my life as a black man, a queer person living in the U.S. and growing up. Boys are boys. Boys don't cry. All these things that I'm supposed to be. It's never been helpful for me.
I absolutely agree.
When I started living my life and putting on the things that I want, listening to songs speaking the way I want to, talking the way I want to, that changed me.
You do that for
significant.
your sake, not
It
nobody
was like
else's.
lifting a weight off of my shoulders. And going back to the roots of things, trans women, trans people started the fight that we are still fighting for today.
We are literally y'all guardians.
Yes. So
'Cause we're not
I just
afraid.
wanted to once again like really throw that there and like really the authenticity of living your truth through and through. Like you said, you knew what I was when you came over here. You knew what I was. It says it on the
Yes.
profile. I mean, it says it on the profile. So why you mad now?
But that's a really good topic though, because when you really think about it, trans is like the highest, going through a lot.
yes.
We have to deal with our own community, and we have to deal with the cisgender community.
Yeah. And the gay.
And then the same people that's in our community. That's why I be telling people like, why can't we just love each other? Like, this is why I stay to myself, because how can I sit here and say, oh, I can go around this trans girl and she's gonna accept me? Now, like you said, she probably gonna be looking at me like, oh girl, I'm judging her. She not real as me. Bitch, are we at a ball? I'm trying to be your friend. Like, I'm trying to get to know you. Like, what the fuck is you over here judging me? Like,
Girl,
something
this is-
about
this is a
insecure
Wendy's.
people. Like this, it's not your.
I don't care what size your titties is and how much is in your fucking bank account, bitch. I'm good.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like when people are like, oh, do you have any gay daughters? No. I only have gay sons.
Yeah.
And like I said, one of my sons is straight.
Yeah.
Has a girlfriend and everything.
Yeah.
But with men don't deal with all like that backlash.
They
and-
don't. But gay men sometimes they do, but it's not as heavy on it. It's not as heavy on it. We're more passive. Like, you know, I was once in Miami and I was on a rooftop and I was like, this girl said to me, she's like, this is the best roof in all
know
of
what?
Miami.
This is an inside joke. And I have to say,
I was like, wait, what's the best roof?
it's like the bitchiest moment I've ever had in my life.
But
But
I love it though.
this girl was on a rooftop with me in Miami and said, this is the best rooftop in all of Miami to view the sunset. And I looked at the sunset and I literally thought to myself, oh, well, if this is the best, I was like, this can't be the best. And so what I said out
Where was that, on
loud,
South Beach?
yeah.
Why does everybody go to...
So what I said out loud to this
Nobody
man,
from Miami goes to South Beach like that.
what I said out loud was, well, it seems like this is probably just the best rooftop that you have access to.
That's crazy, right?
That's right. So you gotta read. That's right. I knew it. I knew it.
Sometimes, and you know what? Someone commented on our video and said, sometimes the shade just comes out.
It just naturally comes out.
It's not
Pisces,
like I was not trying to be a rude bitch. I was just expressing how I
Just
felt.
being
I was like,
yourself. She looked around. She's like, "This can't."
I should have said that. This can't be the best, honey.
No, you said what you
like,
said.
You gotta go to Miami with your mother.
You said what you said. You
Let's
said
do
this is the best rooftop that you probably have access to, because the person that he said it to was she deserved it. She's that one girl that
like you deserve that.
you deserve it. Get rid
But
of
that's
it.
what I be saying. Like, it's so crazy. I'm more protective of like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I consider y'all as butch queens, which for one, butch queens are gay men. That doesn't mean they're masculine or feminine. That's just the actual term for gay men. It's called a butch queen.
Yeah,
they identify with their feminine side to a certain level. I have a lot of butch queen brothers. They are so masculine.
Yeah, and this is
Especially
like
in Gucci and Marciano.
there's
They're
just
like,
certain
"No, I
things
ain't
that
shit."
you have a part of your wheelhouse.
Like, it's true, but that doesn't mean you don't have to love the arts or dress a certain way, metrosexual,
Yeah.
or feel your femininity. That does not make you less than of a man.
No, everybody's different. It's the people that want to believe that they're just mass to mass for mass all the way through. That just is such a fucking off-putting thing for me. I'm
First
like,
of
girl,
all,
what
let me tell you
is
something,
this?
and it's no shade, and I'm gonna say this on record, and you can keep this one for the books. Half of y'all be over here wanting to get the trans girls to bend you over, baby. I'm a bottom, so don't even think you finna come in them comments and
Who's
say,
that?
let
Which
me top
one?
you. It's no topping. Because y'all be over here getting bent over with girls with
Is it
titties
you?
and
Say their
nails.
names.
Is it
and
you?
be pumping the booty. But I'm not
Is it
those type.
you?
That's not my type, baby. I didn't transition to being no masculine bodybuilder man over. I am not.
Oh
a top.
my God, that's
No,
the
because
same.
you know that's a stigma. They think that all the trans girls are tops,
And we
I'm
think
a
that-
bottom.
and
Thank you.
And all the bodybuilder, I do not
And
believe
don't
none
bring
of
your
them are top.
bodybuilder
one's a-
ass over here telling me
no
to
one's
bend
a
you
top.
over. It's not happening.
She said, I did
I'm a
not
woman.
transition to
For
bend
this.
your brolic ass over, you big bottom.
That kills
back.
me.
You big
You
back.
big strong back ass muscles. Like the fuck is you talking about? Some bend you over? Get the fuck out of here. I'm a woman. Not saying nothing against the girls that like that, but baby, I was not a femme top. I was always a femme bottom.
Yeah.
Even when I was a bush queen, like no.
I'm like thinking about it too. Like,
But you know, they like trans girls. They be like, that's a fantasy. I want to be bent over. Well, go get bent over by that girl
but
down
I
the street.
yeah, exactly. We are at the end of our episode. What if you could say anything to the young trans people that are anything that you want to say?
I would say, honestly, with that question, if you are trans, make sure that it's for you. Being trans is not just because now we're opening up and speaking out and we're on TV shows and social media and we have a voice now. It's really more important to make sure that you're fighting for what you and how you see yourself being. This is not something that happens overnight. This is something that you have to take serious. This is something that you actually is. Know your identity. Know who you are. I'm a big advocate of helping my trans community, non-binary community, to find the right resources and programs to make sure that they get all the help that they need, whether it is insurance, healthcare, surgeries, You have to support each other. Stop being against each other. We all have our own different path. And even to my cisgender, if you're watching, support. Support is a beautiful thing. If you know you got a trans family member or friend, support them. Support your gay community. Like, they're not your gay community. They're your cousin. They're your sister. They're your brother. They're your son. Like, just let's work together more, because the more peace we have, the better we can move on in this world.
I feel like I would listen to your voice on a track in the morning when I wake up. Like,
Yes, I would. A daily affirmation. You could. That's a bag.
listen,
A little
that's
daily
a bag for you.
affirmation.
We'll help you
you.
produce that,
We-
but
how-
also not to take away from the message. That
That was beautiful.
thank you.
Yes,
We-
we have to support each other. We're our worst enemies. We are as ourselves. As ourselves, every individual. When you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror. You're your worst enemy, but you're also your biggest supporter.
So you got to pick which one you're gonna be today.
Yes.
Every day. It's
Yes.
you gotta be your own best friend, your own biggest supporter. Words of affirmation are it's such a powerful thing, and it's not a lot.
Very.
It could just be like, you gonna go get this bag today. You can say you got this. It's not a long thing. It's just you acknowledging, appreciating, and uplifting yourself. Because the one thing I always tell people
Absolutely.
is that, like, the whole world has the ability to be against you. Fuck them. You can't be your own worst enemy. If the rest, there's so many people outside the door of your home
Yes,
that can do
you're
that
your
for
worst
you.
enemy and
So
your biggest hero.
You need to be the biggest hero in your life. Let these bitches know before you leave the house. When you get in that mirror in the morning, you brushing that nasty ass mouth of yours, honey. I'm the
Yes.
baddest bitch.
I'm number
bald
one.
headed, no
My
eyebrows
hair
on,
not
no.
done. This eyebrow look like a cousin.
Yeah,
Like, yes.
I'm the baddest bitch,
I'm the baddest bitch.
and you live with it.
And you walk in that
Yes.
presence.
God said, "Let there be light,"
and then there was light.
Yes.
That is the power of the mind.
Yes.
Wait,
Period.
we didn't ask this question. Do you want to ask? It was like the last thing you wrote. It says, in closing, what's something you're grateful for when it comes to chosen family this season?
Something I'm grateful in my chosen family.
Yes. All right, and you can do both. Something you're grateful in your chosen family, and something that you're also just grateful for.
I am grateful for my chosen family because they have accepted me with open arms. And I see a lot of them that allow me to come in and just show a different side of what family oriented means.
Yes.
Especially when you're fresh and new. I don't know how long all of them known each other,
Yeah.
but to accept me with open arms, that is very beautiful. And they're allowing me to get to know each other. It doesn't happen overnight. Something I'm very grateful for this year is just my growth continuing to go. I'm not letting no one write my book. I'm going to write my book.
Oh my God.
I'm letting my chapter be written by me. So I'm learning each and every day a new step of Ariah. I'm not perfect and I don't want to be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm an imperfect angel. And
When I first
keep
met you, you
going.
had just graduated. You had the bouquet. You were walking
yes.
from the train. Congratulations again.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Yes.
And I want my kids to be the same way. I want them to always succeed. So it's just growth. I love growth in life. I love learning something new about me. So
Yes.
I'm thankful for that for this year, to just grow.
Thank you. That's amazing. That's it. That's all my questions.
Right, and now you're part of the Just Press Play family. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Oh.
And if you're listening to this podcast, please know that it's a lot of energy and a lot of time that goes into producing a show. And when we say thank you, we mean thank you not only for being here right now, but also thank you for sharing your story, sharing your insights, sharing your experience, sharing your point of view, because I feel like the most vulnerable part of the LGBTQ community is our trans family, because we keep seeing how rights are going away, how
Yes.
there's increase every year of more Black and brown trans women being murdered, and just so much negativity. And the thing that bothers me the most about it is, like, everyone's want to say, oh, they're pro-life and they love people, but people are people, right? Everyone has red blood running through their veins. They're breathing air, and you can't let the next person live. And we haven't gotten to the ideology of that, like, I've been gay since I can remember being in second grade. I mean, I didn't call it gay then. I just knew that I liked the boy that sat next to me.
Yeah.
So now you take aim at children and you're really trying to force people back into a position or put them in a position that they have to like question their being on this earth. And that's never healthy. So listening to this podcast, Ariah, and you being here, I want you to take this away. And even if you're watching this, take away something that's really important. Let people live their truth, one, and then stand up for them. As long as they ain't doing nothing to hurt you and yours, then protect them.
Yes, absolutely.
100%.